Hi, I'm Ernie Shimizi, and today we're at the Fisherman's Fair here at Oshawa Hall in Springs, East Hampton. Stay with us. Christy, the correct way of saying it is?
Ashwa.
Ashwa.
Ashwa Hall.
Well, I'll see if I can maintain that throughout this broadcast.
Although, I've only lived here 17 years, so it doesn't really count as a local. A Banach might pronounce it differently, but that's my understanding.
But you run this place. You're one of these...
I am on the board, and I am one of the organizers.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us about Oshawa. Did I say it okay?
Oh, I think you added an extra syllable, but it's charming the way you say it. So perhaps keep that.
Tell me one more time.
Ashwa.
Ashwa.
The second A is silent.
And this is
an Indian name.
Okay. And a little bit about Ashwa.
I wish I could tell you more, but I don't. I know it was the first schoolhouse in Springs, and it was actually given to the Springs Improvement Society, which I'm on the board. We're a group of individuals who maintain this building. People think it's owned by the town, but it's actually privately owned by this committee, and we maintain it and use it as a public space.
Made in Springs, Christy Hood of the General Store, Springs' finest Manhattan clam chowder. Brimming with fresh clams. We're serving it up here. We've gone through 4 containers. We can't fill the cups fast enough today. It's a big hit every year. We're selling souvenir mugs and cups, and it's going faster than we can serve it out. So come on down.
I caught up with 2 lovely ladies. Your name?
Thank you. I'm Carolyn Launer.
And I'm Regina Foley.
Now, you guys have so much personality. I know you love this fair, don't you?
Absolutely. We come every year, and we have a wonderful time.
So what do you like to do when you come to the Fisherman's Fair?
I'd like to walk around, see what kind of souvenirs they have, and also the food is excellent. You've got clam pies, you've got tuna. I mean, the food is fabulous.
And I know she comes all the way from Montauk, right?
That's true. And my car is parked in Amagansett. But I come for the wonderful people that I meet and see, and friends, and the great things they have to show and sell.
We're in the Springs. We're with Ross Perchek, who is the man who's the head of the Sandcastle Foundation, East Hampton Sandcastle Clamshell Foundation. This is another great community event, which you're part of here at Oshawa Hall. Tell us a little bit about this event and what it means to you.
Well, this event, the Fisherman's Fair, has been going on forever, it seems like. I mean, they've got great, food. They have tuna kebabs and clam pies and Clams Casino, and of course I'm working the beer booth. But this is basically...
I'll be checking in with you a little
come on
bit.
over. We got them cold. It benefits Ashwa Hall and the Springs Improvement Society, who is in charge of maintaining the hall. And so throughout the year, through the Fisherman's Fair, through art shows that go on here, all the money that they raise, they use to maintain the hall. They underwent a big renovation a few years ago, and they also give out scholarships and do things for the community.
This is a great day at the Fisherman's Fair, and I'm with Bill Wilkinson, who's the town supervisor, the man who runs East Hampton. And you've got a special friend here that you're going to be introducing to our viewers.
I have a real special friend, Ernie, and thank you for coming here today, because this is an important event for Springs, which is one of the larger hamlets in East Hampton, and it's often not recognized as much as it should be. I mean, it's a great group of people, a great activity today, and it attracts people from all the 5 hamlets of East Hampton, so I'm proud to be here. I'm also proud to be here with this person to my right, Richie Haig. And there are a couple of reasons why I'm proud to be associated with Richie. First, he's a running mate. And as we run for re-election this year, Richie's running for town council, which is an important part of my team, and I'm very proud that he accepted the invitation to join the team. The second thing, because of his size. Okay, so if there's any hostility in any crowd that we go to, I always have Richie right near me, because Richie has the bearing to compensate for any of my weaknesses. The third thing is just a proud history that Richie has lived. I mean, here's a kid that was into the service. He was in with the Marines. I kid Richie about it all the time, because as you can tell from the hat, I was with the 1st Infantry Division as a lieutenant for 2 years. That was the only 1st Division we recognized. I hear from him at times there's other 1st Divisions called 1st Marines. we didn't recognize those with the big red one, but they were a wonderful unit. He did a wonderful job. He's a award winning veteran, Purple Hearts. Was there in the action retrieving his colleagues from various dangerous situations, led up to him having a wonderful career in the police department. A very, very important part of his life, because again, it shows not only from the military, but again, just a natural tendency to commit to community service. From there, he does his own entrepreneurship as a private investigating firm.
Richard, you've been involved in a lot in your life, because I'm aware of your history, and what a history of service. It's always a call to duty, and you've always responded. But this is a big challenge. It's not easy being part of town government these days, or any government.
You know, it is. This is a big challenge for not only me, but everybody that's going to sit on this board, because look at the times we're in. I mean, the town has got its back against the wall. The whole nation is really financially in trouble here. And, you know, I'm really thrilled that the supervisor has reached out to me for this, because I think it's a great opportunity for me to use my skills again. And I do have a lot of problem-solving skills, and I have a lot of investigative skills that I picked up over the years, both with the Suffolk County Police Department, which I worked in the district attorney's office there for many years, and then privately as a consultant to other businesses and my own business. So I'm thrilled to be here. I really am. And as everybody that knows me knows, for me, it's about the community. It's just about this kind of event and the people of this town. I mean, that's really why we're here, and this is a great day, and it's a great event, and we're happy to be part of it.
We're with Frank Falcone. Frank, Meals on Wheels. Every year I come up and see you, and you're here, but I know you're working this job every day of the year.
We obviously work every day of the year. We're an organization solely supported by volunteers. We get no Fed money, no state money. It's all on donations from local people, weekend people. And we've been participating in the fair for 7 years. This is our 7th year, and folks are just outstandingly generous. So some people just give us money, don't even take the chances. So that's how much they appreciate what Meals on Wheels does.
Now, every community has a Meals on Wheels. And
correct.
Could we talk about who you help?
Okay, but in line with that, if I may, I'd like to say that ours is a little different. Since we take no Fed state money, you don't have to be a certain age, 65 and over, or you don't have to be below a certain level of income. So anybody in the East Hampton community, the town that we serve, can get Meals on Wheels. The only criteria that we have is that you can't get out to shop, that you're sick, you maybe had an operation, you broke a leg. So the only thing we ask is that you cannot get out to shop for yourself, and we ask if folks can afford it to give us a donation. We supply about 50 people a day on the average. That's 2 meals a day, lunch and dinner, and some folks get it on the weekends. So figuring 50 meals a day, 5 days a week, that's 250 meals a week, and that's every day of the year.
It's amazing how many people are on the edge that are not below the poverty level.
That's right.
But are struggling to stay, and an injury can just.
That's right. An injury can just stop somebody from working, who's unfortunately living paycheck to paycheck, and the last thing he wants, or he or she wants to do, is worry about where his next meal's coming from. So you're absolutely correct. It really, I mean, I can't tell you the telephone calls we get and the thank you notes that we get from people who are extremely appreciative, especially those folks that can't give us anything. We turn nobody away.
Now, what is your website? How can people contact you?
Well, our telephone number is 329-1669. Our website, we're working on it. We've had some difficulties, so I don't want to give it to you just yet. But if I may, I'll call you and at a later date. We've had some problems with the computer, so we're having some difficulties. But 329-1669. We have 2 paid volunteers every day from 9 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so somebody is always there.
A great community event, and having you guys here is what it's all about.
Thank you very much. Everyone that does it. I must tell you, that's another thing. Our folks do it for years and years and years. They're very, the folks that are involved just don't want to stop. So thank you very much, and we really enjoy what we do for the community.
Well, don't stop, Frank.
Thank you.
It wouldn't be a summer fair without fresh clams. What's your name, sir?
Paul Grabowski.
Fred Overton.
Lanny Rost.
Cooper Bogetti.
All right. You're going to be our spokesperson because you've got a knife in your hands. These are local fresh clams, right?
They come from Braun, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And this is, do you like this? You're a...
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Been doing opening clams my whole life, so all of us have, really.
During the course of today, how many clams do you think these guys, your associates here, will be doing?
Well, there was 2,000 in this bucket to start. So probably by the end of the day, there won't be very many.
Won't be very many.
Last year we
left.
opened about 2,000.
Now, Fred, when you're not here, I think I pay my taxes to you or something.
Oh, you get your permits from me. I'm the town clerk.
He's the town clerk, very important guy.
Yes, he is.
I tell you, to see him here.
I'd rather be here, though.
He's a Banach.
So I know he works 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for what you guys do. This is really a great community event, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Wonderful.
Were you born in the Springs?
I lived here 58 years. Yes, I was born here.
What sets this place apart from the rest of East Hampton and the rest of the Hamptons?
The people. The local people. They're just, they love the place. They love the waters. We take care of everything. And that's why it is the way it is. Right, Fred?
That's right. Take care of
That's you know, everybody, we all respect the waters, and we see a piece of garbage, we pick it up. I mean, it's just, that's what we do. And that's why we try to keep it the way it is.
I wish everyone was that way. That's really beautiful to know that this is what it means to be from the
local
Springs.
people. Yep,
to be a
the
local.
original people. That's the mindset we have. From
Fantastic.
The original people.
Well, you're doing a great job. I'm not going to hold you up any longer.
We are, yes, all of us.
2,000 to go.
That's it. Oh, hopefully not. Hopefully down to 1,800 anyway. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Vito, that looks terrific. I'm going to have one of those. This is Vito Sisti. And Vito, you hold a number of events here at Oshawa, and you're part of the management.
Board of directors.
A little bit about the place and what it does during the course of the year.
Well, it's owned by the Springs Improvement Society, which bought this, used to be a one school schoolhouse, and they turned it over in 1909 to the Springs Improvement Society for the sole purpose of being a community hall. So the way we pay the bills is we rent the place out every weekend, basically, and people have an art show, and I do 2 a year. I do one in June, which is all women, and then one in September, which is all pains in the ass artists.
Well, you said that, but it's interesting because of those art shows, a number of artists have gone on to individual careers of tremendous success.
I mean, Pollock showed here, de Kooning showed here.
How was that, sir?
Fantastic.
Now, those are fresh and those are local, I'm positive.
Me too. They're the best. Fantastic.
What's your name?
Ira Clare.
And Ira, where are you from?
Here in Westchester.
Great. Well, enjoy your mussels.
Thanks very much. Not so easy.
Looks delicious. Your name?
Leo.
Hey, Leo, you're having a good day here.
I am. Thank you.
What's the name of your
His name is Chucho.
associate?
Chucho.
Oh, Chucho.
Yes.
Wow.
He's having an awesome time, too.
Now, what are you going to get for him to eat at this
I
great
already
fair?
did. I bought some doggy treats from, I guess, the Banach Park stand. I don't know what to call it.
Well, I see he's making friends also here. Look at this.
That's awesome.
This community is served by a totally volunteer ambulance.
Correct. We don't have a single paid member on our department. It's 100% volunteer.
And how many calls do you guys cover in a year?
About 500. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but about 500 in a year.
So without you, this community wouldn't have any support.
That's right, and it's hard too because it's a very working community, and everybody works as many hours as they can possibly work. So pulling together volunteers, and we're always in need of volunteers. We're always in need of somebody to come down and help out, and pitch in an hour on a call if you can just come help get the patient into the ambulance. It's a really needed thing.
How could our viewers contact Springs Volunteer Ambulance?
We have a website. It's called springsfd.org. They can go on there and see our members, see what we do, learn a little bit about it, what the qualifications are, and what the requirements are.
Hood from the Springs General Store makes the greatest clam chowder, and what's more, come 2012, we're doing a Hot Guys of the Springs General Store calendar with this recipe on it. So it will be Hot Guys of the Springs General Store and accompanied by Christy Hood's spectacular recipes. And by the way, we're the Springs. We're very down home. So the definition of what makes you a hot guy in the Springs is you have a pulse.
You got it.
Have a pulse, you're one of our hot guys. So please look forward to 2012's Hot Guys of the Springs General Store, and you can have this clam chowder recipe.
We caught up with Steve Lynch. Good to see you, Steve.
Hey, how are you today?
You're having fun, I know, but you've been at this place for years and years.
Yeah, I was born and raised out here, and we come to the fair every year, and now I'm coming with my granddaughter.
Steve, you have a business? You're a local business owner?
Yes, I got an excavation business, and my family's been in the contracting business out here since the early 1900s.
And now you're changing your career, right?
Yes, I'm taking a shot at running for the highway superintendent this year.
Now, what does that job entail?
Well, it entails maintaining all the roads in East Hampton. You're in charge of the repaving of the town roads, maintaining the road shoulders, maintaining the road drainage, the snow removal, any storm damage when we have storms.
Sounds like a big job. We get a lot of roads out here, don't we?
Yeah, there's probably a little over 300 miles of road.
It's great catching up with Teresa Quigley. Teresa, you're a high-powered attorney.
Yes.
You're part of the town board of East Hampton.
That's right.
And you're here at this great event, and you're having fun.
I am having fun, and I'm here at this great event because it's part of our community. And above all of the rest of what you mentioned, I'm a community member. So being at the Fisherman's Fair in Ashwell Hall is what I do for fun.
Community, your love of family. You come from a wonderful family,
and I have a wonderful family. We have 5 children, my husband and I.
Is it getting harder and harder to keep those values alive in the way this world is spinning these days?
I don't think any individual. I think every individual can have those values. It's the community as a whole. I think it's harder to share values in a community because. The pull between recognizing individuality and recognizing community, we have to find the balance. But as a community here in Springs, we're obviously one whole community that believes in East Hampton, and we're supporting all the local merchants because they're here selling the stuff that we like to buy, and it represents who we are. As a matter of fact, I just bought some gorgeous bracelets from a young lady named Grace who sells bracelets, and she calls them Gracelets.
So we're with Grace of Gracelets?
Yeah.
And this is your sister, Jessica?
Yeah, this is my sister. Hi. And the Gracelets are called Gracelets because I'm Grace, and we started making these one day. I started making them, and I thought that Jessica could help me. So we came up with this idea to make these bracelets and sell them at the fair because my aunt is Trish Renee. So we decided to sell these at the fair so everybody can have a little piece of our bracelets.
Well, that's some concept, and I've heard that people have been buying them, giving them out as gifts.
Yeah, these right here are called wishlets because the beads in them are called wish beads. So when you wear these, it's supposed to give you good luck. And over here we have simple bracelets with just the knots and the beads so that people can have like a simpler bracelet.
Yeah.
Right now, your name is
Jessica.
Jessica. Yeah. Are we going to see something with a Jessica in it, like a Jessica?
Well, actually, the keychains are Jessica's keychains.
Yeah, the keychains are called Jessica's keychains, but we took the sign off last year.
I love it. The trademark Gracelets. This is going to be a big industry for you.
Thank you.
Each year, a wonderful artist gives us a wonderful poster that we have kept over the years. We have them upstairs in the attic, and we sell them at every fair. And if you have an old one from years before, I want to tell you they have appreciated big time in value. This one is the Willem de Kooning. That's a beauty, and we have his wife Elaine de Kooning over here. And I have a bargain for you if you got both of them. And then we have a wonderful Klaus Hoey over here. And then this one is a Lee Krasner. This is a silk screen.
Do the artists actually sign the posters? How does that work?
We have quite a few signed posters, which we charge $200 for this year. And we have unsigned posters that we charge $50 for. And we have a bargain if you get two of them. 2 unsigned is $75, and 2 signed are $350. So you can
Sounds
get
like a fair deal.
Well, for
Something
our
that goes up in
viewers,
time.
the Springs is noted for having been the place where some of the greatest artists in American
have
history
evolved
have been.
from, absolutely.
This is a Herman Cherry poster. And we have, I told you about the Klaus Hoeys, right? Because he's one of my favorites.
So how are sales today, Abby? Are they being
we're doing a brisk business because people really love our posters.
Signed by a high school student, Molly Finnegan, and a high school student designs the shirt every year, and I don't know who chooses.
It's a contest.
And it's a contest, and I think that the fair committee chooses the shirt for the year.
And your name?
Barbara Groot.
Terry Kennedy.
All right, our volunteers here. Terry, you can tell us a little bit about Ashwag Hall and what's happening here.
Well, you know, Ashwell Hall is like the heart of the Springs community, and the most important show of the year, art show, is up right now, which is the 44th annual Springs Improvement Society Invitational Art Show. And we have a great curator this year, Esperanza Leon, who has a gallery in East Hampton. Artists are invited to participate. There, you can see their work on the walls. We have some of the finest artists who live in East Hampton. And these posters that are for sale over here that you talked to Abby about are from that show in the past. So it's a wonderful moneymaker for our scholarship fund.
And there's a website for?
AshwellHall.org.
AshwellHall.org. Trish, I know you're an artist.
Yes.
And now you're going to introduce me to your
My
your
latest
friend.
piece is Vito Sisti, and Vito travels throughout the Springs. He's sometimes found over in the graveyard, Springs General Store. He's been in the trees. He's been heisted by the town, and he was actually in the middle of Pussy's Pond for the Christmas holiday in a Santa suit. So he kind of is my new piece of moving art. And if you can see, it resembles Vito very much.
So it's life size, huh?
It's life size, yeah. And if it was hooked up right, it would dance in front of you, but he's not hooked up right.
And is this like the type of art that you're into? I know Pee Wee Herman is someone who's
Yes.
close to your heart.
Very close, and always will be. In fact, I went to his show, his opening show, and I made a Pee Wee Herman baby doll, and I put him in that like happy sack thing. So I'm walking to the bar, and all of a sudden I look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm losing my mind. Like, who does that? Who does that? So yeah, Pee Wee will always have my heart.
This is a real thrill for me because when we started WVVH back in the Stone Age of 1994, this young fellow named Runa Lynn was part of, you were an intern, you were in, I think, high school. What were you, in college at that point?
Yeah,
or?
I think it was a transitional high school into college and then summers and that sort of thing. And we spent a great deal of time focusing on ad content and development of certain series that are seminal behind the VVH or Hampton's television family, such as the Hampton Classic Horse Show, Bridgehampton Polo, and Onward and Upward.
When you mentioned the Hampton Classic Horse Show, which will be on VVH starting August 28th, it's our big event which we carry live. The first year we did that, we put Runa Lynn and my nephew Joe Shimizi, and we said, here you go, guys. Now Joe was, I think, about 12 or
yeah, exactly.
I don't know what he was, but next thing I look at the Grand Prix ring and I see Runa Lynn, who's an expert filmmaker, camera person, editor. Even at that age, you had it, and I know you've evolved in your career and what you've created. And I'm watching Grand Prix Sunday, the big event, and I see Runa Lynn with his 16mm camera out there. and Joe Shimizi with his Brownie Star Flash behind you.
Correct, yeah.
And you guys took some unbelievable photos and video and film that we're still using today.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it's been sort of evergreen content for you guys to be able to use that. I mean, it was sort of heartfelt content at the time, you know, because we were starting from a very sort of simple, pure place, kind of the best place often. And I still see that stuff today when I tune into the channel.
Unbelievable. Well, quality lasts. And so you're from Springs.
Correct.
And this beautiful lady, Heather.
Yes, my wife, Heather, and my little boy, Magnus, who's 19 months.
Did he say hi?
Hi, Magnus. Oh, he's ready to come and be part of VVH. He's going to be working with us. I know it. He's going to have the same career as Daddy had.
I already faxed the work papers.
Now, as I recall, you're from Colorado?
Yes, I'm from Boulder, Colorado, and we met in college, and the rest is history.
The rest is history, and it's a happy history.
It's very happy, yeah. We had this little guy in Los Angeles. We were living in Santa Monica for a while, and we came back here just to kind of get a little break and to kind of grow with him. And this is such a great place for kids, in my opinion. Obviously, because I grew up here and came to this fair often as a kid his age, and thought it would be a good environment for him to prosper as a little young man.
My name is Jory Latham.
And this is the Akka Banach Protection
Committee. Yes.
And what is that?
APC. We're we call ourselves an eelgrass roots organization because we are all about protecting and preserving the health and beauty of Akka Banach Harbor watershed and the area around it and all the things that live in it and on it and like to play there.
So those beautiful clams, those fresh, delicious clams that we just saw.
Out of Akka Banach, yeah. And that's one of the reasons we're very committed to keeping it clean and healthy because it's a beautiful ecosystem here and we're very lucky.
See, there's a map behind you.
Yeah,
Could we look at this?
All right, for you. Squeeze by it. That's okay. What you're doing is important.
And she's doing a test right now.
This is our quiz. We have a quiz game every year at the Fisherman's Fair, but this year this is brand new. In fact, I just finished making it yesterday. And it's all based on Judith Weiss's book, Do Fish Sleep, which has just been published. And she's been very generous to share her PowerPoint slides with us so we can have this. So it's a really fun book because there's every kind of information and there are all those kind of wonderful basic questions like do fish sleep that most of us wouldn't know the answers to, but she does. I think she does.
And she's taking the test right now?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. What's your name?
Sophia.
Sophia, I could see that you're really studying these questions very carefully.
We did this in science class, invertebrate classification. So.
What school do you go to?
Parkland Friends in the city.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, she's a very good student. And your website?
We have a website that is akkabanach.org. And Akka Banach is ACCABONAC.
Well, do you want
spelled
this
different ways in different times?
What you guys are doing, this has been a fabulous area for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Absolutely.
You just want it to continue this way so that we could have great fairs like this for many years to come.
That's right, absolutely. And we want to educate people to realize and value and appreciate and take care of this amazing area because it's very special and it's very fragile. And it's an important ecosystem, and it's also one that could be easily damaged by pollution or bad development and other things like that. So the more that people understand the importance that their actions have on the ecosystem, the more hope we have of keeping it going.
Your name?
Steve.
Steve, if it wasn't for hot dogs, it wouldn't be
much of a fair. No, that's true. Everyone needs a hot dog.
Well, these look terrific, Steve.
Thank you.
Are you from the area?
Yeah, I'm from East Hampton. Born and raised.
Fantastic. And you've been doing this? It's a family tradition, isn't it?
3 years.
3 years. Well, keep doing a great job here. It's great catching up with you year after year.
Thank you.
Those look delicious.
I hope so.
Thanks for watching WVVH-TV's coverage of the Fisherman's Fair, coming to you from Springs here in East Hampton.